Okay. All right. So I really wanted to talk to you guys today about providing customer service. And we are going to get to that in just a minute, but I got to go through some announcements first. All right. So a couple of things coming up for February. The Transform 20 packs are still on sale. That sale is going to go through the end of February. And hey, would you guys look at our team page and make sure nobody's asking questions about the call, because I think it was kind of confusing with the different calls this morning. But anyways, sorry. Okay, so Transform 20 packs are still on sale. They are $20 off through the end of February. So, if you're doing that program, you guys, make sure you're talking about it. Make sure you're sharing your experience with it. Make sure you're sharing your results, whatever it is. Put your step in your pictures or your stories from time to time, and just make sure that people know that you're doing that program. Because what you're going to find is no matter what you're doing, whether it's 2B Mindset or Lift 4 or the Portion Fix, people are going to want to do what you're doing because they buy into you and your story more than they do anything else. So just showing people what you're doing every day is really important. And stories is such a perfect place to do that. So this is Team Cup month as well. I know that not everyone is on a Team Cup, but if you are, you guys, I ask you, definitely please show up for your Cup team, okay? This is a team effort. Team Cup month is usually a month where coaches just blow it out of the water. So get involved in your messenger pod, get involved in your Team Cup page. Your basic goal is everybody on the team to hit Success Club 5, and then ultimately you really want everybody to hit Success Club 10. So if you share a message, if you invite somebody or you connect with somebody, and the message seems to be working really well for you, share that with your Cup team. It's definitely a grow together kind of thing. And you just want to share a lot of resources and celebrate successes and share whatever you're struggling. Definitely keep it positive, but definitely show up for your team. That's really important. Next Wednesday, we are going to do a team-wide sneak peek into coaching. It's going to be a one-day Facebook group, and I'm just going to go live a few times that day and talk about coaching, what we do, and how we work our businesses, how we earn income, stuff like that. So if you have some people that you think would make great coaches, whether they're friends or coworkers or current challengers or family members or whatever, hey, invite them boldly. Invite them to that group and say, just come listen and learn to my coach as she shares about what we do as coaches, and see if it would be right for you, right? So let's do that. That's going to be Wednesday, and then later in the month we'll have another one, but that's all on that calendar that I put in our team page. For me personally, I am running one challenge group. I've still got Transform 20 going right now. Obviously that will go to the end, but other than that, I just keep one challenge group going. And so what I've done is that I have one challenge group that I created January 1st. It will be the same group in the My Challenge Tracker app all through the year. And every month, I basically am just going to change the theme and the focus. But the way that I market it from the outside, it's going to be hey, I have a new challenge group starting on February 18th. I'm accepting 10 new people, if we start this date, and that's how I'm going to market it. So if you're my coach and you're inviting to my challenge group for your first, second couple of months, that's what we're inviting to. So you can use, I've shared those images with you, I've shared some stories with you guys, but it's a start. It's really important to have a start date whenever you're inviting people so that you can push them to take action, right? So for me, that is February 18th. I do like to do that. I start a challenge group usually the third Monday of every month because it gives you plenty of time to hit Success Club, and it also helps my coaches who are inviting to have that time to hit Success Club too. Fruit Punch. If you like Energize, it is coming out in Fruit Punch flavor this month. I'm not that excited about it personally, but I know a lot of people are. I love my good old lemonade Energize. It's my jam. Fruit Punch kind of makes me want to gag a little bit, but I think a lot of people will want to try it. So what I will probably do is I will buy a box of the little sticks. I'm sure it'll come in the sticks again, and I will probably send those out. Or, that's what I do anyways. I'm going to talk about that today. I send a note card and an Energize sample to my new customers. And so I'll buy some of those and just kind of ask them, hey, do you want a lemonade energize or a fruit punch energize? And just, I send those out a lot. So I like to do that. I know Jade Whitehurst is really excited about fruit punch. The ultimate portion fix. This is something new that's coming as well. Autumn has come up with a new, not new, but I would say like updated portion fix system. And I think that what I've heard about it is really, really great. She's kind of tweaked some of the containers, but also it's going to be a system that you can actually alter it based on the workout program that you're doing or the intensity of the workouts that you're doing. So like if you're doing a yoga program, you probably don't need as many calories or as many containers as you do if you're doing like Lift 4, right? Or 80-day obsession. And so it's definitely a program that's going to be tweaked based on where you're at and what workouts you're doing and your goals. So I think that's going to be really good. The last thing, Morning 100. That is Jericho's new workout program that's going to release around summit time. And you can actually earn a spot in the Coach Pilot test group in the month of February. Check out that FAQ. It's 8307. But it'll be based on Success Club points, but you can actually earn a spot to be one of the first people to do that even before the program launches, even before we get access to it as coaches, okay? So that's really big. That's actually one of my goals this month is to hit high enough Success Club numbers that I get in the test group. Like, always wanted to be in a test group, and I think this is going to be an awesome program. Let's see. Chat. Hold on, I'll check the chat because you guys are chatting. But it won't let me. Okay, so I'll keep going. My February calendar, I always make a marketing plan for my month, okay? And this nifty difty like February calendar, it's actually a document that somebody, I think at Beachbody or somebody in Beachbody created, and I'm going to share it with you guys on our team page. It actually, they've done it for the entire year. So all I did was I took that one for February and I uploaded it to Canva and I wrote in there just some important things on the calendar this month. But definitely go review that. It's got some good stuff in here, like what to watch out for, like Team Cup. If you're in a Team Cup, you know, some people will probably start to burn out. What's next for Transform 20 challengers, because we do finish that this month. It gives like some action items for each month, some important dates. I think it's a really, really handy, helpful calendar. So all I did was I went in here and I wrote on there that my Enduring Love Club starts on the 18th, that we're doing a live team meet and greet on the 21st, that we're doing a new coach kickoff call the last day. And so, so I'm going to share this with you guys. But I always put my goals on my calendar, and I call them my puke goals because that is from Josh Coates. He always said that, like, set some goals that make you want to throw up. Okay, so that's kind of gross, but like those are my puke goals. Like, I want to hit Success Club 50. Do not let that intimidate you. That is just my goal. Like, that's kind of double what my average is, and so that's 25 people. I 110% believe I can find 25 people this month to join the challenge group or to become a coach on my team, and so that's my goal. That's what I'm gonna work for. I want to recruit 7 working coaches. Again, that's higher than I normally do, so that's definitely stretching me outside of my comfort zone. I want to help at least 8 of my personally sponsored coaches get to Success Club. I want to host 3 coaching opportunities this month. I'm going to invite daily in my stories. I really want to start sharing my testimony more. And I know that's a spirit-led thing, but I want to be putting that out there more. Pay off our car and save $600. So those are just kind of my goals. So I encourage you guys to set some goals, personal goals, financial goals, business goals, as you're sitting down to plan out your month. All right? Let's see. Whoops. I don't know why this keeps jumping. Okay. So do you guys have any questions about announcements or February or anything before I keep going? Does anybody? If you do, okay, good. All right. So this call, y'all, we have basketball, so I'm going to try to get through this. I think I have plenty of time, but I really wanted to talk to you guys about customer service because, one, I feel like obviously I feel like I'm missing a slide, but maybe not. Okay. I feel, it's really, obviously, people are our mission. Like, we don't have a business if we don't have customers. Okay. And so, like, we have got to remember, like, I know it's easy to get caught up in, oh, I want more successful points. I need to, like, come up with these super cute images. I need to plan out my week. I need to, like, make my marketing calendar. All that stuff is important. But that's fun. Honestly, I have a lot of fun doing that. But if we don't take care of the people that God has given us to take care of in this business, then we don't have a business, right? So this business is rooted in our challengers, in the people who choose to sign up for our challenge groups, be our customers. They later become our coaches, yes, but we have got to be focused on making sure every day, every week, we are taking good care of them. Because if you get out your success tracker, one of the things that we're supposed to be doing is helping our people get results, okay? And so for me, I believe that customer service starts even before they become a customer. With that first invite that I send to people, with that first connection, even before I invite them, I am starting to build a relationship, right? So whenever I friend someone on Facebook or Instagram and I start the relationship and I like 3 of their posts and I comment on one of them, like Tasia was talking about today, I am starting to build that relationship and show them what kind of person that I am. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be salesy. I want to be genuine, and I want to come at them with a pure heart and with a genuine desire to serve them, right? So it starts with the connections. It starts with being yourself. Like Tasia talked about on that call today, like, we don't want to just send out like hey, do you want to join my challenge group and drink this shake? That's impersonal, right? That is salesy. But if you connect with people over like, oh, I love your outfit, I love your family photos, or those that dress you wore on vacation is awesome, would you mind to tell me where you got it? Like, you're showing them who you are, and you're starting with a genuine connection. So definitely be yourself. Talk to people the way that you would talk to somebody who is sitting right next to you at your kid's ball game, okay? Also, it starts with how you handle objections, because I'm telling you right now, the people that are telling you no to your invitations, they will later become your coaches. Your customers, okay? Not all of them, but I would say like probably 60 to 70% of the people that tell you no end up becoming your customers if you don't quit. All right. So that's why I get so frustrated when coaches are like, everybody's telling me no, I'm getting objections. This just isn't for me. I'm not going to do it anymore. No. You keep going. Because they just don't get it yet. And your consistency in showing up and encouraging them and keeping up with them and following up and posting and running a challenge group every single month, they will join you. So if somebody tells you no and you're like, okay, see you later, moving on, that hurts the relationship and that possibility for them later becoming your customer. So when you get an objection, don't I always just try to tell my story. Like, I always tell my story. I feel the same way. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found, right? But if they still say no, I don't write them off my list. Like, I tell them, okay, I get it. Like, if you're not ready, that's totally fine. But can I share a meal plan with you for now? And, I'm running a challenge group next month. Can I follow up with you then, or in the summertime when work's not so busy? But for now, what can I do to help you? Here's a meal plan that I made for myself last week. Feel free to follow it. I always love to give people something, even when they say no, because I don't want them to think I am just looking for a sale. I'm looking to help you. And even if you say no to me, I'm still going to help you in some way. All right. And so that's customer service, even before they're your customer, right? In your application, you guys know I have a Wufoo application. You can do it with Google Forms. You can do it however you want to. I definitely encourage you to have some form of application that you can send to people who say they're interested, because what happens is that when people go to my application for my boot camp, they're already going to get an idea of what the challenge group is going to be like, okay? So this is just a snapshot from one of the things on my Wufoo application, but I asked them, we'll be focusing on these areas in our boot camp. So basically, when you join, this is what we're going to talk about, right? which ones do you feel like you need encouragement in? And it forces them, one, to take ownership of where they're at and what they need to do, but it also gives them a glimpse into what our boot camp is going to be like, right? So if I tell them on this WooFoo form, we're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about being busy and being healthy. We're going to talk about exercise, obviously, self-control, and all these other things. And then I don't deliver on that in the boot camp, then I'm not providing good customer service, right? But it does help for them to see this and say, oh, I mean, like, this sounds great. I need to work on all of these things. Like, where do I sign up, right? So that is really good. I put that in my WooFoo form. And if you need a copy of mine, just tell me. I mean, I'm happy to share it with you guys. I actually, like, pulled bits and pieces from different people's applications and just made my own, and you can do the same. So it does start with the invite. Now, what happens when you have a challenger join you, okay? So I've had a lot of new coaches lately who have had great success, and they've signed people up, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, now I don't know what to do. Like, I want to make sure I help these people get the best start possible, and I'm frozen. I don't know what to do. So I always send a welcome email, and you guys have access to that. It's all in our, when you click on the banner in our team page, that leaderboard, there is a link to our team resources. And my welcome email is there. My new coach email is there. Probably my WooFoo. Everything you guys need that I use is all there. And I can share, if you need help finding it, let me know. But I send a welcome email to everybody who joins my boot camp. Even if they join as a coach, they still get my customer email. Because in it, I get really excited and I tell them what is going to happen. You know, like, I'm really excited you joined this group, you bought a challenge pack, you're not going to regret it, you know, and basically you're going to get an email from me that's inviting you to my challenge tracker group. And then I give them some links to resources. Like, I have a new challenger packet that they get that talks about some different things, like taking your before pictures and measurement, and there's personal development things in there. And again, I can share that with you guys. I made it in Canva. You can take it, you can make a copy, you can make your own. But I feel like just telling them, hey, I'm here. I'm glad you joined. This is what's going to happen. You're going to join our boot camp. We're going to go through prep week. And you're just going to get started. Your Shakeology ships out in 30 days. If you want the discount on that, like, we can talk about that before it ships out. And so, like, all of that is in that new challenger email. And there's even a link for them to set up a call with me. And you don't have to do that, you guys. Like, you don't have to have a link, but you can offer them, do you want to set up a one-on-one call? And I send them a Zoom link, and we chat just like this. And I share my screen, and I show them Beachbody On Demand. I show them where the nutrition piece is. I show them, like, the recipes and the resources, and I help them pick out their first program. And some people don't set up a Zoom call, but I still have that conversation with them, all right? And so I send them the welcome email. It talks about the invite to the challenge group. I share a sample meal plan with them. That's really important. But also, you know, like, I show them that in Beachbody On Demand or Beachbody's blog, you have just bought into the most incredible resources to help you with your with your fitness, right? And so, like, I show them that. I really plant that seed that you have really made a huge investment, and I set the vision for long term. I tell them, I'm like, okay, we're going to start with the 21-day fix. You have a year membership. After that, you can do it once or twice, and we can move on to something else. So I really help them set that long-term vision for their health. This is not just a quick fix. This is not just a one and done kind of thing. I want you to be with this for a long time. Another thing, I love to do this. Is I have these notes. These have my name on them, but you can go to Walmart or Target and just get some cute little notes. They're cheap. But I send everybody who joins my boot camp or my team a handwritten note that just says, hey, thanks for making me your coach. Like, that is an honor I don't take lightly. I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you, and just encourage you as you do all the hard work, basically. I don't want them to think that I'm going to make them successful in their fitness, but I'm here to guide them. And I want to say thank you for making me your coach. And so I send them a handwritten note, and I also put a packet of Energize in there. I just buy the little, you can buy now the sticks if you want to. We used to just have that little 10 pack of samples, but now you can do whatever. But send them a sample of Energize, you guys. One, it's a way to say thank you. Two, most people end up ordering Energize because I gave them a sample and they see me drink it. What does that do? That helps your volume, that helps your commission, and it helps them become loyal customers too. All right. So that's something that I really like to do for everybody. And that means a lot. So many people message me and they're like, oh my gosh, like I just got your note. That was the sweetest thing. Nobody sends notes anymore. And so it means a lot to people who join you. And it takes literally about 5 minutes to do it. And you can write off the Energize. You can write off the note cards you buy. That's a business expense, the stamps, okay? So remember that too. And then I do like to welcome them to the group. So since it is an ongoing challenge group, every time somebody joins, then I share their picture in the challenge group and I tell a little bit of their story and I ask everybody to welcome them to the group. So it's just a good way to get them excited, to let other people know they're there, and to get the group encouraging each other, because I think that's really important too. Onboarding. So keep going. What I do is that I set a reminder. You can either do it in your tracking system if you use like Google Streak or Teamsy, or you can just flip your calendar, your paper calendar over to like 25 days from the day that they signed up and write a reminder, follow up with Sally. And what you're going to do is before her shakes ship out, you're going to say, hey, your shakes are about to ship out. Do you want to switch over to the coaching account for the discount, or would you actually, you're killing it in our challenge groups. Would you like to learn more about what I do as a coach and help some other people join us next month? Super simple message, but if you just make a reminder for yourself to reach out and offer them the coach discount before their next Shago ships, then you're going to find that you actually get more people and you're going to rank advance and you're going to build stability in your business and you're going to find people who want to coach, right? So definitely do that. Like I said, I do track this in Streak or in Teamsy, and I'll show you that in just a second. And I do invite them to the coaching opportunity. Everybody gets offered that discount. Now, if somebody is really and truly just like killing it in our challenge group, they're encouraging, they're posting, they're helping other people, then that person is going to get a message from me that says, hey girl, like you're awesome in our challenge group. You would make a great coach and you're basically doing what I do anyways. Would you like to learn more about the business opportunity? Okay, so I do invite people to challenge groups, but that's not the customer service part really, but that's important. This is what my streak this is what my Google Streak looks like. And I don't want this to overwhelm you, but you guys can Google. There are some good YouTube videos. If you Google, if you search on YouTube, Google Streak Beachbody coaches. I know my coach Melanie has a good one, but Google Streak is free. If you have a Gmail account, you can set this up. But I have different pipelines is what they're called. This is from my new Challenger pipeline. So every time somebody joins my boot camp, I put their name in here. I have the date they signed up. I put their email address, and then I have these lists with check boxes for me to check off and make sure that I do these things to serve every customer the same. Did I send their notes and they're energized? When I send it, I check that box. Did I send their sign-up email? I check that box. Did I invite them to the app? I check that box. MailChimp is a service I'm going to tell you guys about in a minute. Did I add them to my customer list? You don't have to do MailChimp unless you want to, but it's a service that I love. And so like that is the one-on-one Zoom call. Honestly, if I do it with them, I forget to go back and check it. But like I said, a lot of people don't set it up, but if they do, it's just kind of something extra. So I put that on there. So Google Streak is a good way to keep up and make sure, am I doing what I need to do to serve my people well? So now that's onboarding them. That's bringing them into your boot camp. That's communicating with them after they sign up. What do I do with them once they're in my challenge group? Because I'll tell you this, it'll be really tempting just to put them in your challenge group, post every day, and maybe engage with them there a little bit and just let that be it. But that's not really serving them the best way that we can. So what I encourage you to do, and I'm going to break this down into like, are you a brand new coach? Have you been here a little while? And for those of you guys who have been a coach for a long time and you have lots of customers, right? So if you're a brand new coach and say they're in my challenge group, I would encourage you definitely to create a messaging system, whether it's through Facebook or just a text message where you are texting them on a weekly basis. You can text them more if you want to, but you're their coach. They signed up with you. So you definitely don't need to put them into my challenge group and just say, that's it, Rachel's going to take care of them. No, that's not how it's going to go. They are my challenge. They're in my challenge group for a brief period of time until you start to run your own. Okay. So you need to be communicating with them as their coach. And if you have 4 or 5, you can put them in a little pod on Messenger and let them talk to them all together. But definitely be communicating with your people privately outside the group in some way. Like I said, you can create a pod. One of the things I do every week is, yes, I post my meal plan in my challenge group and my challengers see it there, but my challengers also get a weekly email from me. And if they're in streak, all you have to do is click one button and it will email all your challengers all at one time. So that's really easy too. I do that through MailChimp as well. If you've been a coach for a little bit longer and you have a lot of customers, MailChimp is a great way to organize them and send those pretty emails that I send. It's free. I don't pay for it. But I do share my meal plan with them every single week. Why? 1, I want them to know that I'm a challenger too, and I'm doing this with you, and you're not alone, okay? And 2, if I can do it, you can do it, right? And so I share that with them for inspiration, just to be proof that I'm doing the same things I'm asking you to do, and to communicate with them on a more personal level. Like I said, be a challenger. You guys, like if you're a coach and you have people, even if you don't have people in our challenge groups or in your own challenge group yet, you've got to always, always maintain that mentality that I am a challenger. My business is yes, I'm here to serve other people, but I also have to make myself a priority, or I'm not going to be able to lead with integrity. I'm not going to be able to make that post on Facebook or Instagram that says, hey, I'm running a challenge group. These are the results I'm getting. I want to help you get the same results. You have got to make your fitness a priority, your nutrition a priority. You should be meal planning anyways for yourself. And so that helps you lead with more integrity when you're like, I'm a challenger too. I'm push and play on the workouts. I'm drinking my Shakeology. I'm making a meal plan. I'm following the Portion Fix system or the 2B mindset system, okay? It is just about integrity and credibility, all right? So always a challenger. Respond. If your people, even if you don't have people yet, respond to everybody who posts in your challenge group. I do not let a workout login, a Shakeology login, I try not to let one of them go unnoticed. If somebody checks in at night, I go back the next day and I respond to their check-ins. Why? Because that is your conversation with the people that choose to join you. If they're in there posting and you're not commenting on them, I don't care if they post the same Shakeology picture every day. I'm always like, atta girl, that looks great, yummy. You know, like I want them to know that I see them and I see that they're posting and I want to encourage them. All right, so I respond to every post in challenge groups. And like Keisha said before, I'm not in my challenge group all day long. Like I set aside time like right before I go to bed, and sometimes it's the next morning after I have my quiet time. But I go into my challenge group and I respond to messages at one time. Not like I'm not glued or chained to my challenge group all day long in any way, okay? I also send bulk messages. So if you're in the My Challenge Tracker app, and I'm going to show you a picture of this in just a minute. If you're in the My Challenge Tracker app, all you have to do is go to participants at the top from your computer, and you can actually click everybody and send a bulk message, and they're going to get a notification that, hey, my coach just emailed me. Excuse me. And so I will do this at usually on the weekend, like I'll do it today. And you can even look and you can see who checked in this week, like who logged their workouts, who logged their shakes, who's active, who's not. And so like sometimes I'll click everybody who was really active and just message them one message and say, hey, you killed it this week. Like So proud of you. You're logging your workouts, you're logging your shakes. What are your goals for next week? And I'll send that to the people who are really active. If they're not active, I can just click those people too and send a message that says, hey girl, I know you had some big goals. I haven't seen you at all in the challenge group this week. What's up? Did something happen? How can I encourage you? Let's set some goals for next week, right? So they're going to get a message from me each weekend, and you may not have that many people yet. And so you just message those people privately if you want to. Send them a text message. If you haven't seen them posting in the challenge group, then send them a message and say, hey girl, where are you? Let's make sure we challenge them. I want to challenge you to log 5 workouts and 5 shakes next week. I'm going to do the same. We'll have a little contest, right? So you want to just continue. I mean, I don't like bug people, but they do get a message from me once a week, all right? Google Forms is another thing. This would be for those of you guys who have more challengers. Like if you have a lot, I would say like 10 or more challengers, like I have a Google form that they get from me each week too, and it just asks them questions about their week, about their workouts, about their goals. You know, if weight loss was your goal, did you lose any weight this week? What are your struggles with? And I always ask them too, like, what can I do better as a coach to help you hit those goals? Because I always want feedback. And so that's something else I do. This is just a picture this is what I meant when I said if you're a coach, you go to your computer and you log into your challenge group and you can click on participants, and right there, see if you just click that button at the top, it'll click everybody and you can send a bulk message, and it's super easy, okay? Let's see. Oops. All right, so this is MailChimp. This is, like I said, for you guys who maybe have been coaches longer and you have more customers. MailChimp.com is the service, and it is something that you can just go in there. You can create lists, you can create campaigns, but it was definitely a learning curve for me. So I had to watch a lot of videos, I had to try it a lot and play with it, but this is something that I love. So if you get those kind of fancier looking emails from me, I have a list for my coaches, I have a list for my challengers, I have a list for people who want a weekly devotion, and I can just bulk email people, and I can create emails that are pretty and, you know, with calls to actions and links and things like that. So, but you can do all of that in Google, in Gmail or Outlook or whatever it is you use as an email source, okay? You just can't, like if you email your customers from the Coach Online office, you can't include photos. So I just like to do it and make it through this. But if you're a new coach, just don't look at this. Don't even think about MailChimp. Unless you have hit Success Club and you're killing it and you got some extra time on your hands, that's when you look at something like this, okay? Okay. Whoops. All right. It looks like I duplicated that one. Oh, the last slide didn't have this on there. Ask them to lead. This is a really good thing to do for your challengers to get them more involved, to kind of help them take ownership of their choices, but also to help them create like coach-like activities. One of the things I really like to do is ask my customers, especially if they're really active, if they have great coach potential, I'll say, hey, Kelly, would you mind, I'm going to be out of town like Friday through Sunday, would you mind to make the morning post and just encourage people or share some of your favorite tips you've learned or whatever it is that you want to? Would you take those posts and just be a coach for a few days for me? Or you could say, you know, hey, Kelly, would you do the check-ins for this week? Because that's really going to help me at night, and I would love to hear from you in the challenge group anyway. So just share some encouragement and give a call to action for everybody to check in. When you ask customers to lead, you know what that does? That's like, hey, she asked me to do what she's doing. Like, if I could do this, like I'm already working out and drinking the shake, I can do this, right? So it plants that belief and that idea that they could become a coach, okay? And so that is really, and it's also a compliment. You know, if you're asked to lead something, it always feels really good, doesn't it? So I do like to ask my customers to lead even before they're coaches, okay? So what happens when they go silent? Because guess what? They are going to go silent. You're going to have people that sign up as customers. They're like, they have all these big goals. They tell you everything. They're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. And then they don't do anything. Okay. Or they get through prep week in the first week and they're all excited. And then the momentum goes and they're like, they're out. So what happens? What do you do as their coach? I used to take it really personally. Honestly, I used to take it very personally when someone would quit. But you guys, if I'm doing all these other things, if they're getting a meal plan from me every week, if I'm posting in the challenge group every day, if I'm responding to the people who are active, then I am being their coach, and I can't make people do it. I cannot make people successful. And so, like, if you've ever heard me talk about StoryBrand and how to make your posts, like, you don't want to tell people you're going to be the hero of the story. You want to help them become the hero of their own story. And you're just putting the right tools and the resources and the support in their hands, but they still have to do the work at the end of the day, right? So just be consistent. Be consistent in being in your challenge group and responding to people that are active, and be consistent in your own fitness journey. And that you can go into a conversation with them that says, hey girl, I've been looking for you in the challenge group this week. I haven't seen you do anything. Are you still with us? Did your goals change at all? And they haven't, but you want to help them take ownership for what they're doing or what they're not doing. So I will, again, like I said, I will message anybody who's in my challenge group but who is not active once a week. And they're going to get a message from me for about 5 or 6 weeks that says, hey girl, I know you had some goals. You're not showing up. What's going on? And then after that, if they are not responding, honestly, I will take them out of the group because it is an action-based group. And I'll just say, hey, Sally, I haven't heard back from you at all. I'm guessing that maybe something changed and you don't want to do this right now. I'm going to take you out of the group, but I'm going to keep you, like they'll continue to get my customer emails. And so, sometimes that message that says I'm taking you out of the group is a call to act, like it's a wake up call for them. A lot of times it's not, but don't cut them out of communication. So, even if I take them out of the group, they still get the customer emails that I send out every week. They still know when my next challenge group is coming up. But I feel like my job as their leader is to force them to take ownership and to take action for themselves. Okay. And I'm not doing anybody any good if I just continue to let them just kind of float by and make excuses for themselves. My job is to help people. My job is to help people get results. And I do that as their coach. And they know that I'm always there with love, ready to help them get started. And like I said, I've had lots of people who they go out for a little while and then they come back. Okay. They'll respond to that email in February that says, okay, I'm ready to join a challenge group again. And I tell them the requirements. You got to drink your shake. You got to do your workout. You got to log it. And they know what to expect. Okay. And so I really, really want to guide them well. Okay. And so it's up to you. These are things I do. It's your business. You can do it however you want to. I would say like 2 years ago, I would never have said, I'm going to take you out of the group. I would have been like, oh. But what I've found is a little tough love goes a long way. And again, my job is not to coddle them. My job is to say, you need to lose 50 pounds because your blood pressure is through the roof. And you said you had some goals. So let's do it, sister. Right? And I do it all in love. That's important. Recognition. This obviously is one of our vital behaviors, right? So how can we recognize people within the group? Like I said, when people join the group, I usually shout them out. If somebody signs up as a coach, I will do something in our challenge group sometimes that says, hey, Leanne joined as a coach this week. She's going to save on her shakes and she's going to start helping other people. Isn't that awesome what her commitment to herself has led to, right? I will also recognize people on social media. You guys have been part of my recognitions probably a lot, but like if you send a message to me and it says like, I just fit into some old pants I haven't worn in forever. I'm so excited. Like I can use that and recognize you. I usually do that in stories and say, like Elizabeth put on a pair of pants that haven't fit in ages. Like check her out and go give her some love or something like that. And so I love to do that and tag my challengers because that recognition encourages them to keep going. And it just really instills that sense of ownership and pride in what they're doing. Right. I like to send little happies. Do y'all call them happies? My northern friends were like, what is a happy? Is that a southern thing? I don't know. So I call it. So like if this last week I sent out a bunch of happies to like loyal customers or women who are just really working really hard. And it's a way to say, hey, I see you. I see you working. Like you set some goals and you are just really pushing through the obstacles. And I'm very proud of you. And do you know what I sent? I sent them beach bars because for some ungodly reason, I have about 10 boxes of beach bars in my pantry. And so like I have to get rid of them. And so like I sent them 2 or 3 beach bars and a little handwritten note. Again, just took like 5 seconds. It cost me about $3 to ship it. But you know what? Those beach bars that I ordered or somebody ordered or something, that counts toward my volume. That counts towards my commission. So like I'm sending them things that help my business grow anyways. And so like that, and obviously just like with the Energize, if they taste them and they like them, and most of these people have kids, and I know most teenagers like these beach bars, they might decide to order them, right? So it's also an investment in my business. Let's see what else. I love to reward people for completing a program. If they submit their results to Beachbody On Demand and share their results with me, I usually send them like a tank top or something fun. Okay. Some people will do anything for a tank top. So that's one thing that I do. And it also, again, that helps your business being able to share their transformation and say, look, this works. It's not just me. It's very beneficial. This picture on the right is from my challenge group this week. For a few days this week in my Rise Up challenge group, I just actually took my challengers and I shared their photo for the nighttime check-in. And I said, I'm just going to shout some of you guys out this week. Like, I'm going to recognize you for all your hard work. And so I shared Kelly's transformation and I told everybody to check in, right? So that really boosts your challengers and makes them feel good and makes them want to keep going. So that's one thing I've really started doing this week. I know Christy Berry talked about, I think she was doing like a leaderboard. You know how I have that leaderboard in our team for goals that you guys are hitting? She created a leaderboard this week for her challengers, and I'll ask her to share that too. Just to say, hey, this is who's logging their shakes, this is who's logging their workouts, and she put their names up there, and it was really cute. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's it. I came to the end. So that's it. That's it. That is how I really, really work hard. And it seems like, I know that sounds like a lot of work, and it probably is for somebody who's brand new. I've been doing this for a while. If you're a brand new coach, you're just going to start with texting them once a week. You're going to send them a message. You're going to check in with them in the challenge group, right? Like that, and send them the email, obviously, that kind of stuff. You don't have to create a MailChimp list. You don't have to you don't have to send a lot of happies, although honestly it's easier to do the happies now that you only have a few people. But it's just so long as they know that you're there to support them, to encourage them. And honestly too, like I tell my challengers, like whenever they start with me, I'm like, I'm gonna stick with you until you tell me to stop. Like if you stop showing up in the challenge group, like I'm gonna come find you and you're gonna get a message from me. And unless you tell me to go away, or I just don't hear back from you after months, like I'm going to make sure you stick with it because you told me you had some goals, and that is my job as your coach. So if you set that expectation up for them, then they're going to know that, okay, Rachel's going to message me if I don't log this week, you know. So that is really important too. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Like, do you have any questions about that or any ideas? Like, I would love to hear ideas from you guys. Oh, I was going to say, Ashley's on here. I was going to say it anyways. Like, she did that. Like, she did a shout out yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, of a girl who joined their challenge group. She was just like, hey, I can't remember her name, but it was a really cute photo. And she was like, she joined our self-love club or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. And she's a mama and she's committing to her health. And it was really cool. And it showed that Ashley was helping people, that she was helping people get started, and it kind of creates that, whoa, somebody else joined her group. I've been seeing her talk about it and post about it, but now it's not just about Ashley, it's about somebody else too, all right? And it creates that sense of community even before they join your community, which is really important. I did a thing today. If you go to my stories this morning in Instagram, like I created a story with Mojo. And it was just like, it was a series of 4 photos of 4 women who joined my boot camp yesterday. And I just said, you know, new women committing to their health in February. And at the bottom, it said, link in my bio if you want to join us, right? And it was just a real catchy kind of kind of story, and it was free. I did it in Mojo. It literally took me about 5-10 seconds to do it, and I just saved it to my phone, uploaded it to my stories. Again, it's kind of creating that fear of missing out a little bit, but it's also showing that it's not just about Rachel. It's not just Rachel working out and getting results. Like, these other people are joining her community and they're committing with her, and maybe I should do it too, right? Okay, so that's it. That's all I've got. Do you guys have any questions to help? You excited? Okay, let's see. Okay, I unmuted most of you guys. Do you guys have anything to add or say?
Thank you for all the advice and guidance.
You're welcome. Always.
Appreciate it.
Always. I love customer service. Like, it's one of my favorite things about what I do. Like, even from the beginning, like before they're my challengers, like, I get excited about it. So, and I feel like when we get excited, they get excited, right? When they catch that excitement that, oh, Rachel is so pumped that these new women joined her challenge group, she's going to be just as excited if I join her challenge group, right? And that people really buy into your excitement more than anything else. So just go out there and be bold and have fun. Like, be yourself and have fun, okay? All right, you guys, I got to go. We got basketball, and I'm going to be a little bit late. But I love you guys. Thanks for showing up on a Saturday, and we'll talk again in 2 weeks, okay?
Very good. Thank you. Bye.
Guys.